Wie werden wir in Zukunft leben? Wie werden wir wohnen, wie arbeiten und wie uns fortbewegen? Wie sorgen wir dafür, dass uns der Treibstoff nicht ausgeht? Wie werden Roboter aussehen? Und wie kommunizieren wir mit ihnen? Werden wir mit neuen Verkehrsmitteln verreisen? Mit umweltschonenden Technologien? Und schneller als je zuvor? Wie stellen wir medizinische Diagnosen auf? Welche Operationsmethoden nutzen wir? Und mit welchen Mitteln behandeln wir schwere Krankheiten wie Krebs? Voller Leidenschaft für die größten Herausforderungen unserer Gesellschaft sind wir eine der erfolgreichsten Universitäten der Welt. Gekürt als beste TU Deutschlands fördern wir wagemutige Ideen, aber auch unternehmerisches Gespür. Exzellent in Lehre und Forschung, interdisziplinär über Fächergrenzen hinweg, international auf höchstem Niveau. Heimatverbunden und offen für Neues führen wir in internationalen Universitätsrankings. Wir forschen und studieren in Lebenswissenschaften, genau wie in Lebenskunst. Wir sind eine große Familie aus Preisträgern, Alumni, Studenten und Forscherinnen. Und wir sind auch ein großes Unternehmen, das wirtschaftlich handelt. Mit hohem Anspruch und ehrgeizigen Zielen stellen wir uns dem internationalen Wettbewerb und lernen dabei Menschen aus aller Welt kennen. Wer die Welt im Großen verändern will, der muss sie auch im Kleinsten begreifen, mit all ihren Formen und Farben, Elementen und Lebensbereichen. Eine Aufgabe, die uns jeden Tag aufs Neue zu Höchstleistungen antreibt, der wir alle verpflichtet sind. Denn seit 150 Jahren erfüllen wir einen wichtigen Auftrag, der Wirtschaft den zündenden Funken der Wissenschaft zu bringen. Und das tun wir auch heute noch. Mit unserer Neugier, unserem Mut, unserer Fantasie und unserem leidenschaftlichen Siegeswillen haben wir die Macht, die Welt und das Leben von uns allen immer besser zu machen. Wir sind die TUM.
Hi, hello, and a very happy morning to one and all for all dear participants and viewers from near and far. On behalf of Sambhram College of Hotel Management, we heartily welcome for this one-day international seminar on choice architecture and nudging. This is Angel Magden, Assistant Professor from Department of Computer Science. I'm very happy to be the host of today's international seminar conducted by Sambhram College of Hotel Management in association with TUM Germany. Take every chance in life you get because something happened only once. With this, I heartily invite all the participants and dear viewers who have taken a chance. Now, I would like to call upon Assistant Professor Thamare Selvi, HOD, Department of Computer Science, to give welcome address. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Angel. Good morning to everyone who is present here. distinguished delegates, participants, and partakers. With warm greeting, it gives me great pleasure to extend my warm wishes on behalf of Sambhram College of Hotel Management, conducting international seminar on choice, architecture, and nudging, that is, buying behavior of consumers. First of all, I would like to welcome our beloved chairman of Sambhram Group of Institution, Dr. Nagaraj sir. We welcome you, sir. Next, I would like to welcome Madam Ashwini Shankar, syndicate member of Bangalore North University, a social worker, a well-wisher, and good motivator of Sambhram College of Hotel Management. We welcome you, ma'am. Next, I would like to welcome our Honorable Principal, Dr. Kahneman sir, who is strong motivator and good manager who clearly outlines the expectations for staffs and students. We welcome you, sir. I want to convey my heartfelt gratitude to our keynote speaker of today's session, Professor Balachandra Kaliappan, Department of Marketing, TUM, School of Management, Munich, Germany, for accepting the invitation and presenting over a seminar on choice, architecture, and nudging. We welcome you, sir. I feel honored to welcome my fellow colleagues and students of Sambhram College of Hotel Management and all dear participants for taking a keen part in this important program. I'm sure that you all will feel enriched with knowledge after completing of this event. I welcome you all to the seminar and hope that you all will have a great time ahead. Thank you one and all. Over to Angel, ma'am.
Thank you, madam, for a warm and hearty welcome. Sambhram, Sambhram, Sambhram. Related to Sambhram, hope so. Participants and viewers, you'll be having so many questions. What is Sambhram? Where is Sambhram? And what are all the courses the Sambhram is providing? Now let's have an AV about Sambhram, followed by the overview of Sambhram by Assistant Professor Anthony Babu from Department of Hotel Management. Over to you, sir.
Welcome Sambhram Group of Institution. Sambhram Group of Institution, which is similar to world-class university, which has 7 campuses and 300 skilled faculties. Our institution has a holistic approach to creating a positive society that can be accomplished by excellence in education.
Our college campus has a clean and green environment that brings up an awareness and responsibilities among the students to save and protect our environment.
Well-equipped laboratories and well-furnished classrooms are there for students because the proper management of plant layout in an eco-friendly environment.
Our college is featured with women safety committees like Women Anti-Harassment Cell, Women Anti-Ragging Cell, Equal Opportunity Cell, Women's Grievances Cell, in which every year women's issues and women's problems faced in the college as well as outside are discussed and solutions are made, which helps for the women as well as girls empowerment inside the colleges as well as outside as well as for the future.
Basically, the Bachelor of Hotel Management is a practical oriented course. So, we are providing well practical training in our mock restaurant, mock guest rooms, advanced culinary kitchen as well as in our mock front desk.
We have well furnished computer lab with high processing speed computer. Computers are networked with Wi-Fi connections.
We take our students in each semester to different industries and companies because industrial visits bridges the gap between the theoretical concepts and the practical working environment.
The most important aspect of students' character is discipline. We are molding the students through the disciplinary committee. The disciplinary committee is all about punctuality, uniform, proper grooming and communication.
We are providing various management and technological courses like BBA, BHM, BCom, BCA, BSc Computer Science and PG courses like MCom.
I'm Sophia from final year BBA department. I'm proud to be a student in Sambhram College of Hotel Management, and I'm here to talk about the library facilities in our college. Library gives the students the opportunity to find, experience new ideas. At the same time, they're providing a sense of place for gathering. Our college is well equipped to support and facilitate teaching, learning, research programs of institute with lots of reference book for all the stream of classes.
We are signing various international MOU in terms of staff faculty exchange program, seminar and research.
Every year, our recruiters are selecting our students in and around the world.
My name is Shazia Kulsum from Sambhram College of Hotel Management from 5th Sem BBA. Today I have come here to tell you how Sambhram College brings the genuine company to the campus for the campus recruitment.
Our college provides 100% job guarantee for our career.
Our college organizes workshops in each semester for the students on the different concepts. The workshops are the base where students will get some practical exposure to learn the new things.
Apart from syllabus teaching, here students are provided with guest lecturing every semesters, in which we college invite doctorates, the research scholars, professors, associate professors from various places, from different universities to come and give their lectures on the recent topics, which enriches the students' knowledge in the present scenario events happening outside.
Myself, Akshaya Vinod, pursuing BHM from Sambhram College of Hotel Management. In our college, we are conducting department-wise seminar, workshop and international conference, which help the students to get wide vision about various fields.
Every Friday we are conducting cultural events that helps the students to exhibit their talents.
Education is not only about academics and sports. We also involve our students in social welfare activities like National Service Scheme. Every year we adopt a village, a remote village. There we go and conduct various social awareness program, Swachh Bharat, medical awareness program and social awareness, street play, etc.
We are providing free transportation facilities for students who are residing in remote areas.
We are providing special scholarship for the students who are meritorious, economically backward class, single girl child and sports category.
The college is affiliated to Bangalore North University, recognized by AICTE and NAC accredited. It is also associated with PATA.
Thank you all. Sambhram is known for major three factors: state-of-the-art infrastructure, incubating ideas and research, and international education. Studying at the right institution may be a dream for everyone. I hope Sambhram can be the right place where you can fulfill all your dreams.
Over to you, Anthony, sir. Wow, what a safe and green environment. Really, I feel very happy, blessed, and proud to be a part of Sambhram. Viewers and participants, even you have a chance to be a part of Sambhram because the admission of the academic year 2021 and 2022 is opened. The courses offered are BBA, BCA, BHM, DHM, and also master course like MCom. The interested participants or viewer, they can enroll in online also.
Anthony, sir.
Anthony, sir. Sir, Anthony, sir.
Okay, Angel, you go ahead.
A strong woman stands for herself. A stronger woman stands for everyone else. Now it's time for me to invite such a stronger woman, Mrs. Ashwini Shankar, who is a syndicate member of BNU, and she is working as a social service person and also a continuous person to support our Sambhram group. Over to you, ma'am, for your motivational speech.
Good morning, everyone. Am I audible to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
I just wanted to check
Yes,
in.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. A happy morning. I'm very glad to be a part of this international seminar. To begin with, Professor Balachandar Kaliyappan sir, lecturer, TUM School of Management, Munich, Germany. Dr. V. Nagraj sir, chairman, Sambhram Group of Institutions. Professor Dr. Kannan sir, principal, Sambhram Group of Sambhram College of Hotel Management, and all the staff and the students.
Ma'am, switch on your mic. Your mic is switched off. Ma'am, your mic is switched off.
Am I audible now?
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
now it's okay.
Yeah. I take this opportunity to thank Dr. V. Nagraj sir, chairman, Sambhram Group of Institutions, Professor Dr. Kannan sir, principal, Sambhram College of Hotel Management, and Professor Balachandar Kaliyappan sir, lecturer, TUM School of Management, Munich, Germany. I'm overwhelmed today to be a part of this seminar, as this is something very new and seems to be very, very interesting, not only for me, as well as for all the participants and the students who have who are participating in the seminar today. Me being a representative of Bangalore North University as a syndicate member, I'm very fortunate enough to be a part of this team, because the moment I enter the campus, the moment I start my communication with the chairman sir, as well as the principal, I can sense that dedicated team of management and faculty here at Sambhram. That is the one that motivates me to participate in this seminar. And I'm very glad to be a part, or to be a integral member of this particular group of institutions. Thank you. Today,
Thank you, madam.
Today, when I got an opportunity to be a motivational speaker, I think I have to do or give my best to everyone today. So here, to begin my speech, instead of giving a speech, I would like to say or narrate a small story that builds self-confidence in students. See, to achieve anything in life, first and primarily, we must have confidence in ourselves. Only then anything is possible for us. So keeping this in mind, and I need to motivate the students of this generation, today's generation, to be very self-confident. To begin with, Let me start it's a small story. Uh, in Greece, in Greece, very long back in Greece, uh, a lot of things were happening during Second World War, and people were at panic. They were totally panicked, and it so happened that uh, people were not confident about themselves and what is going to happen next, and what is their future, what is the country's future, how to raise their children in such a situation. There were a lot of challenges in front of the citizens there. So it so happened that once a astrologer, he visited Greece, and thousands of people, flocked around him to find out. He was a palm astrologer. He used to look into the palm of the people and he used to tell their future. So it so happened that thousands of people gathered there, and there was long queue, in front of his house. One small boy, somewhere around 8 to 10 years old. So he was just passing by, and he could see there were thousands of people queued up in front of a particular house. This was something, strange for him. Then he asked one of the persons over there, like, what's happening? Why so many people are flocked around? Can I get to know? Then a gentleman in the queue, he just said the boy that today we are all here. We are fortunate enough to meet an astrologer who's a world famous person, and he will tell what is going to be our future. So we are very curious to know. So we all are standing here. So this boy, Hare, can anybody tell the future of anybody? How is this possible? So let me try. This was something new for the boy, and he was totally curious to know about his future also. So he also waited, and here and there, he tried to get into the queue, and as early as possible, he could reach the astrologer. He saw to it that he was smart enough, and he entered astrologer's house. It was his turn now. Now is the actual turning point. Now he entered the astrologer's house. The astrologer was, oh my God, what is this small chap doing here? He asked him to get inside, and he just said, yes, what can I do for you? How could I help you? Then the boy said, I just now heard that you are going to tell us the future. Our future, you will tell. So I just wanted to know what's happening and how you can tell. Then he said, no, I will look into the palm. I look into these lines so I can predict, what is going to be the future. Then he said, okay, show me your palm. Then the boy just, showed his palm, and he just saw some lines, and he said, oh, just missed. If at all you had one line slightly righter towards your corner of your palm, you would have become an emperor of this nation, and you would be a very well known, emperor of the whole world as well. Then the boy just thought. He gave a thought for a few seconds, and immediately he took a knife there, which was next to the astrologer's table, the basket of fruits. He just took it out, and he made a cut there wherever the astrologer showed, that if at all there would be a line here, you would be the emperor and you can conquer the world. So he just made a cut with the knife, and now he showed to the astrologer, now I have the line. So I think I can be an astrologer, emperor in the future. And the astrologer was, he was just amazed. He was, what is this boy up to? Then he said one thing to the boy. If you have this confidence in you, definitely in the future, you will be an emperor and you will conquer the world. And let me tell you, that small boy was none other than the great Alexander, who conquered the world and who became an emperor. So when we have confidence in ourselves, when we are self-confident, we can achieve anything and everything in this world. Nothing is impossible. So when Sambhram group of institutions has given us this from the institution and the self speech. I hope you have understood the importance of self-confidence, the importance of conquering everything. So I wish you all the very best and have a bright future. Thank you so much.
Thank you, madam, for such a beautiful motivational story. It has boosted our level of confidence, and finally we have learned a thing that future is there in our hands. Thank you, madam.
Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
A leader is the one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. Now it's a privilege, and I'm very happy to invite our leader and the convener of this session, Dr. M. Kannan, Principal, Sambhram College of Hotel Management. Over to you, sir.
Very good morning to one and all. It's going to be a very great day. Our Honorable Chairman Nagaraj sir, our respected syndicate Madam Ashwini Shankar, despite her busy schedules, he accepted. And our today's chief guest Balachandra sir, and we know about him, is highly intellectual and he is in a very busy schedule, but he accepted our invitation. And my colleagues, students, and all participants, it's going to be something a different topic, as everyone might have gone through the various areas in marketing, but topic which makes us think in a different level, that choice architecture, which is going to be one of the real breakthrough for everyone. And we are all enjoying this one. And one more thing, talking about syndicate madam, she's a very altruistic person and keeps doing lots of social service, and she has been motivating us in all the direction. And immediately she accepted our invitation when I suggested, saying that we are going to organize one of the international program. Really, I must be thankful to madam, who has shown her positive response when the invitation was given. I'm really congratulating Balachandra sir, who has taken a very big effort in creating this kind of seminar program. And conducting a seminar from Germany is going to be a very complex activity, but he accepted. And we had a different kind of discussion with Balachandra sir, who has not shown any kind of showing off, and he always he's quite philanthropic in contributing himself on various kinds of topics. Anyway, I don't know how I can express my gratitude, but this can be the right platform where I can reveal my gratitude on behalf of Sambhram Institution. And still, we have a long way to walk along with all the people. And probably we have idea that we need to work it on having a different kind of MOU with your colleges. And really, it's going to be a very lucky and greatest day for all the audience who can enrich themselves by having more idea about the choice architecture. Thank you. Thank you a lot.
Thank you so much, sir. Now, I would like to call upon Assistant Professor Husna Khanum, HOD, Department of Language, to give an introduction about the keynote speaker. Over to you, madam.
Thank you so much, Angel Madam. A pleasant morning to everyone who have joined with us for the International Seminar, Choice Architecture and Nudging. I'm Husna Khanum, Assistant Professor, HOD, Language Department. It's my honor to have been asked to introduce our keynote speaker, Professor Dr. Balachandra Kaliyappan. Our speaker, Professor Balachandra Kaliyappan, is working as a scientific assistant and teaching online marketing and consumer analytics and big data in TUM School of Management, Technical University Munich, Germany. He's interested in Dan Ariely, Daniel Kahneman, and Amos Tversky research. His doctoral study is based on nudges, choice architecture, and process tracing. He is lecturer in marketing and simultaneously doing his PhD under the guidance of Professor Dr. Christopher Unemark. He has completed Masters in Consumer Psychology with Business from Bangor University, UK. While doing his Masters in the UK, he has worked with Embryonics as a social media intern and worked on a live project with Pixel Inspiration, UK. Additionally, he has completed a course on entrepreneurship, digital innovation and luxury from European Business School, Paris, France. He is a typical ambivert. He loves sports. He learns many things from his friends and he chooses the best out of them to adapt it. He's quite sportive in all of his activities. His areas of interest include consumer decision-making, neuromarketing, and behavioral economics. At present, He is working on an eye tracking project to study individuals' information processing of nudges and choices architectural tools. Indeed, we are very lucky to have a unique and multi-talented person as a keynote speaker for today's international seminar. Thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to introduce. Over to you, Angel Madam.
Thank you, Madam. Dear participants, the feedback link, it will be provided during the end of the session. So please be patient. Listen and silent are the words that are being spelled with same letters. Now it is the time for us to listen and learn a lot of things regarding choice architecture and nudging. Now let me call upon Professor Balachandra Kaliyappan to address the gathering. Over to you, sir.
Okay, so good morning, and I hope you're all enjoying your day. And just a quick check, because we are all meeting via Zoom. I just want to know whether I'm audible and also my screen is visible. Okay, so let me check the chat box. Oh, sorry. Yeah, so looks like everything is good at when it comes to Zoom. So we can go ahead. All right. So we are going to talk about a topic called as choice architecture and nudging. And this is a very nascent field. And this was introduced in the year 2008. And now this is very famous. And people are also talking about how to behaviorally influence people and how to make a better decision when it comes to even daily decisions, right? So normal grocery shopping until like buying a car, okay? So in today's session, I'll focus on 4 aspects. So one is decision making, how people make decision, and what is system 1 and system 2 thinking. And then I'll talk about nudging and choice architecture. When it comes to decision making, people do make quite a lot of decisions, right? So in a single day, we make n number of decisions. And these decisions are based on certain heuristics that we apply. So we have some sort of shortcuts. So in general, we can classify the decision-making of humans two. So one is simple and then the other one is complex. The simple decision-making is like you go to a shop and you want to buy something like milk, or you want to get some vegetables for cooking, and they are all simple because they are all routine and you don't have to make a complex computation to come out with the choice. But there is also complex choice, and the complex choice is something like you want to buy a washing machine for your home, or you want to buy a flight ticket, or you want to apply for a passport. Now, even applying for a passport is becoming complex because you are supposed to fulfill n number of queries, or you need to submit n number of documents to get your passport. And let's take a quick look at some simple decisions. Okay, so in front of you, you have 2 options. So you have apples, and one apple and then one orange, but simply I'm just going to put it as apples and oranges. So which one do you prefer? And we can put that in the chat box. We can just have a small intro, kind of a interactive session rather than just going ahead, right? So people might go for apple or people might go for orange, but this is actually based on your preference. So you have your own personal preference, and your personal preference drives your choice, right? Some people like apple, some people like orange. Yeah. And now I'm going to compare between apples. So there are 2 apples in front of you, and whether you want to get the apple on the right or on the left. So which one do you prefer? No, in this case, the right one or the left one? Right. Okay, some people say right, some people say left. Apple on the right. Okay. And why do you think, now how did you make a decision now, right? So when it was apple versus orange, and it was actually based on your, it was sort of like preference. But now what happens is that the decision will change, because the selection here is based on different aspects. So you are looking at the color, you're looking at the shape of the apple, and then the size of the apple, and then decide the one that is best for you. Okay. And now I'm going to introduce more to this, right? And if I'm going to introduce price into this component, you have on the left, you have price of the apple of like 70 rupees per kilogram. On the left, you have the price of the product like 95 rupees per kilogram. And now, which one will you buy? Will you buy 70 kilogram or will you buy 95 kilograms? So 70 rupees product, or it's like you'll take 95 rupees product. So when this variable is introduced into the decision making, and you will decide based on the price. Okay. And if you're trying to buy the one that is 95 rupees, and that is because you are thinking higher the value, higher the price of the product and more quality. Yeah. And it happens in your normal day-to-day life, where if you want to choose between two hotels and you want to dine there, and if one hotel charges like 300 rupees for the buffet, and if the other hotel charges like 900 rupees for the buffet, and you automatically say that the 900 rupees buffet is better than the 300 rupees buffet. And this happens because you get some sort of cues or information from the price that was set for the product, right? So now what happens is that you basically decide based on the budget line that you have. So you have certain budget in your mind, and you buy products based on this subject, the budget line that you're having. So you have some sort of mental allocation, right? So now for my dinner, I will not spend more than 400 rupees, or I will not spend more than 500 rupees. And based on that, you will make a decision. Now, if I introduce even more into this attribute or information to this component, was apples versus apple, and this is 70 rupees apple, but it is fresh from farm, and then the other one is 95 rupees apple, but it is organic. Yeah. So when you want to buy now, when you want to buy an apple, when you want to compare between these two, and which one you will buy? Yeah. Which one you will buy? I'll take both. Okay. Some of you say that you will take both. Some of you say that you'll take 70, and some of you say that you'll take in the right one, fresh from farm. Okay, good. Right. So now, if you are motivated by the health reason, right? And what you'll do is like you'll buy the one that is on the right side, because you have budget line, and you will consider your budget line. Sometimes you say, okay, I cannot really afford more than 70 rupees for an apple. On the other side, you'll say, okay, I want to stay healthy, and let me choose the apple that is on the right side, which is organic, but it is really costly, but I'll just take it, right? So now your decision changes based on your, now your decision changes based on your budget line and also based on your health goal, right? It is the same apple that we are having here, but when I introduce new information to this apple, and your decision changes, right? And you can get to know about how, there's one question in the chat box that asks like, how can we know that the apple is fresh? And it just by looking at it, right? So you look at it and then find it out. Right? But our goal here to see which one, what kind of components that you're trying to take when you want to make a decision. Okay. Now let's move from a simple choice of buying an apple to a complex car buying scenario. Okay. So there are two cars. So one car is 6 lakhs. The other one is 7 lakhs and 25,000. And which one will you buy? Right. Car A, okay. car A, perfect. So you can respond to the question in the chat box. I'm happy with that. Depends upon futures, okay? Right, some of you asking for names, right? Some of you asking for futures. But now just decide based on the price here. Then we'll introduce new components and see. Yeah. So some of you are just saying that I'll go for car A, and some of you are saying car B. Right? And predominantly people look and they'll try to buy car A because it is less pricey. Okay. Let me introduce another information to this. Okay. You get a mileage of 23 km per liter when you buy car A, and if you buy car B, and you'll get 26 km per liter. And now what you will choose? Okay, so some of you say car B. Okay, so people are now moving towards car B. Yeah, that's perfect. That's absolute, right? Because in India, we generally take this mileage information into account. Okay. So people have shifted their decision from like car A to car B. Okay, let me add even more component. Okay, right. So when you buy car A, and you'll have to spend 65,000 rupees per year for adding petrol. It's a for example, you normally put petrol to the car, right? So to run it. And petrol price is really high now. It's like somewhere around 100 rupees. And based on the mileage, and the fuel cost will be around 65,000. Okay. And then the other one is like 50,000. Now, which one you will buy? So people sometimes will still feel that, okay, so I'll stick onto the car B and I'll go to car A. Yeah. However, if you look at these decisions that you're making now, right? So right now you're making these decisions. And if this is not a real scenario, right? So this is not the real scenario that you are buying. Yeah. If you're trying to buy something for real, and you might discount yourself, and then you may buy a 6 lakhs car. Yeah. Right. So now when I introduce another variable, to this component, like total cost per 10 years, right? So over 10 years, how much this will cost? Okay, the car A will cost you, if you add up these fuel cost and also the price component for the next 10 years, and you can see the car A will cost you 12,50,000, but the car B will cost you 12,23,000. And now your decision will shift, and now you'll move on to car B. No, we are not taking many of the components into this decision making, right? We are just adding new attributes to this, right? But people still sometimes prefer to buy car A, and some people still prefer to buy car B. Yeah. So now what happens here is that the information that I provided here, like the cost of 10 years, over 10 years, will influence your decision. If you were initially thinking about, okay, let me buy car A because it is cheaper now, it is costing me 6 lakhs now, but if you look at car B, it is going to cost you 7,25,000 now. So you may not have the budget for 7,25,000, but you will just buy car A because you have this budget. Okay. So in general, what is expected from you is that you are supposed to act rationally, and you always compute all these. You need to do these calculations and then make a decision, right? But some of the information that we need to facilitate decisions are not provided by these companies, right? I think in general, they normally provide its mileage information when you are trying to buy a car, but nobody normally work on this fuel cost per year, right? And also, they do not approximate the cost over the 10 years. Some people do computation and then come to a decision, but some people do not do. Okay, so here we are having just few attributes, and then that is driving your decision. But that's a very different scenario, right? So here, what we have seen here is like these are certain decisions, right? You know what is the outcome, and you know what is the car that you're going to buy. You have, even though if you have a number of options, but there are certain decisions that are uncertain in nature, where you do not really know what's going to happen. So which is quite similar to the scenario that we are having, right? In the very next couple of months, we do not know what will happen to COVID because that is uncertain. Okay? We cannot predict what's going to happen with COVID. But we need to take a decision, right? Whether to go for a vaccine or whether not to go for a vaccine, right? You should certainly go for a vaccine. I'm just telling you that because of the uncertainty, your decisions will change. But with certainty, if the information is not clear, and your decision will not be rational. Okay. So what is expected from us is that we are expected to behave rationally, like a robot. Always try to make all these computations and then find what is the best for you as well as for the society. But humans are like this, in general, they act rationally. Yeah. Okay. So why do we fail to make the right choice? Because we had these apples in front of us, and also we had the car in front of us, and we do see certain information, and then we change our decisions. And not always we make this rational choice. Okay, we do not make computations, we do not make all these kind of analysis and then take a choice. So we are actually making quite a lot of decisions per day. So in general, a young kid will make somewhere around 3,000 decisions per day. Something like waking up, so when to wake up, and then what to do, like whether to brush or not to brush. There are quite a lot of things that you do. And similarly, an adult like us, they normally make 35,000 decisions per day. Yeah. So that leads to decision fatigue, because you are not happy in making a lot of decisions every single day. Yeah. And that's why if your wife or your husband ask you what to cook for the day, then you will become crazy. I don't want to really get into that area, right? So you basically say, okay, why should I respond? It is your task. If you're cooking, and you take the decision, and whatever you cook, I'm ready to eat. But don't ask me what to cook for the day. Correct? So because you don't want to make another decision, another decision for this time. Yeah. Okay. And then let's go to the next slide. Yeah. And we have choice overload. So in front of us, we do have quite a lot of choices. It's the same Colgate, but different versions of Colgate or different brands in front of us. And what is the best one for us? We don't really know. And we just use if you look at toothpaste buying, you buy a toothpaste because that was introduced to your mom. Right? If your mom used Colgate and then you get this information from your mom and then you still use Colgate at your home. And what you do is like you transfer this information to your children as well. And your children will use Colgate, but for no reason. Yeah. Because you are simplifying your choices. Because you have choice overload. And since there are a number of choices, it is very tough for you to decide. So you stick on to some kind of rules of thumb. Yeah. Or you also have this problem of information overload. Okay, there are too much information. When you want to compare between cars, so I gave you only 3 or 4 attributes, but in general, if you look at the car attribute, they are more than 20, 30, right? So it's very tough for you to decide between these cars. Okay? So we rely on certain comparison sites, and then based on the comparison sites, we make a decision. Right? Now, also, we are subjected to this kind of market sentiments. Okay, so Bitcoin price. Now, I think many of you know about Bitcoin, and the Bitcoin price fell drastically after Elon Musk said that he's very much concerned about Bitcoin and its carbon emissions. Okay, and his information should not have any kind of impact on the pricing of price of the Bitcoin, but it does had an impact. And because of this random event, especially from a tweet from Elon Musk, drive the choice of people. And simply people start selling Bitcoin, and because of that, the demand for Bitcoin came down, and then it led to lesser value. Okay. And also, I think we can also look at yesterday's incidents, right? So I think one day ago, and when Cristiano Ronaldo moved these 2 Coca-Cola bottles away from the press conference table and then said he will use water, and it might be his own preference, right? So he wanted to just drink water, not Coca-Cola. And then when he moved his Coca-Cola bottles, and Coca-Cola lost more than 4 billion in terms of value. So you can understand that there are different things that plays a role when you want to make a decision, right? So in general, the psychologists classify, like Daniel Kahneman, who's a Nobel Prize winner for these kind of research, and he classifies into classifies thinking into 2 ways. So one is system 1 thinking. So it is very fast, it is unconscious, and automatically takes decisions. And you have this everyday decisions, right? So those everyday decisions are system 1. There are system 2 decisions, which is what we did earlier, right? So we looked at these cars, and then we computed a lot of information, and you took a slow decision over there. It is always slow because you want to ensure that it is taking the right one, and but it takes a lot of time to come to the solution because they are complex decisions, right? Especially imagine that when you want to join a college, and it is not a simple task for the parents, and also not a simple task for the students as well. They have n number of colleges in front of them, and they want to slowly decide and then pick a college that is good for them, right? So here, the system 2 decision making, which is quite slow, but is actually reliable, right? The system 1 decision making is fast, but it helps in everyday decision, but it also has some sort of error. Okay, but let's have a look at certain system 1 sort of decisions that we do. Yeah. Here you have a kid who is brushing, and then there's a guy who is cycling to work, and you are trying to make a coffee for your day. Right? What happens is that each and every single kind of decision that you're making here is very fast because they are routine, and these kind of habits are not any sort of goal-oriented behavior. No, there is no goal in doing that. You're basically doing this stuff because they are all routines, right? So they are all habits, but they are not goal-oriented behavior. But when you want to buy an environmentally friendly car, and then that's a goal-oriented behavior. Okay, and you do these kind of small, these kind of small activities or some sort of decisions every day without any great deal. You don't have to really think about it. These things happen unconsciously without any kind of great effort. So this is what we call the system 1 thinking. Okay, so when you talk about system 2, as I mentioned earlier, right? So they are all more thoughtful, and you carefully evaluate things and then come to a conclusion. Yeah. So when it comes to system 1, I told you that is more prone to error, and we might eat unhealthy food, right? Because he has some sort of preference. So we might eat chicken, kind of more meat, and that culture is actually coming in India. But if you look at the Western countries, people generally eat more meat. But if you tell them that, okay, so eating more meat is not good for your health, and they will still not change their diet because they have strong preference to it. Yeah. So every single day you wake up and then you cook meat, and then you are habituated to that, and then you have the strong preference to this meat product, then you will stick on with that. Right? It is quite similar to we buy biryani every weekend, or at least we consume biryani at least once in a week, right? And this pattern is changing, right? So I'm pretty sure that when I was a kid, and meat is a kind of not reachable product, you don't buy it on like probably once in a month or probably once in 2 months. But now it is like, okay, you get it once in a day or once in 2 days time, right? So it has to be, you need to be very clear that these strong preferences can lead to some sort of problems. Okay, and we do also fail to exercise, because we don't make an active choice. So every day you want to make up, and you think that you want to go to the gym and then exercise, but waking up is one choice. Waking up early is another good, it's a big choice, and then also to go to the gym and then exercise is another active choice. We need to make active choice all the time. Or we not buy products that are environmentally friendly. Sorry. And why we do that? Because we do not really care for the future. Right? So we care for, we are kind of selfish, and we think about ourselves rather than thinking about other people. And we buy products which is reasonable priced, but not the ones that are sustainable. But this kind of behavior is changing now. People are trying to buy more organic food or buying more and sustainable products, but it is not still reachable in the hands of people, right? So because it's very costly. When you are trying to study that decision making, and it's a pretty complex area. And also, we will not save enough money for our retirement, or we'll fail to invest in the right kind of stocks or in the right kind of bonds, and because we are still resorting ourselves to temporal discount, right? So we are just worried about living today, but we are not worried about living in like next 5 years or next 10 years. Okay, and then you have this group, so we normally we get swayed by the group. So if some group, if your friends think that, okay, let's go for an outing and then let's drink a beer, and then okay, so even though if you don't prefer to drink a beer, and now because you are in a group, and you will think, okay, let me drink a beer, because they are actually influencing your decisions again. And when there is a group think happening, and people do also make suboptimal decisions. Right? And also we use shortcuts to arrive at certain decisions, and they'll normally lead to a suboptimal solution. We took price as an information for environmental friendliness, or we took price for making a decision, or we just think, okay, my mother used this paste, let me also use this paste, because you wanted to use shortcut, because you don't want to give spend more time on making a decision. And also we stick on to our own old habits, right? Because we are all kind of lazy, to make any decisions, right? So, but system one is not always bad, as I mentioned here, right? System one is also good sometimes. Okay, so that is actually called as case heuristics. And do you know when a cricket ball is flying in the air, and like Virat Kohli is trying to catch it, and what he will normally do is that he will not perform computations, right, to come at a conclusion like how to catch the ball. He will normally go and then look at the ball, and he always fixate at the ball and then catch it, right? And that is called as case heuristics, right? He's applying. He's not. If you give the same work to the robot, and the robot, if you want a robot to catch a ball, and where you're supposed to make a complex algorithm, it has to look at the projections, it has to look at the trajectory of the ball and then catch it. But it is very hard to really come out with an appropriate robot that can really catch the ball. But if you ask the robot to follow the ball, and then it will be able to make a better decision. Right? So system one is prone to errors, but it is not always bad. That's the point that I want to make. So we now came to know that system one thinking is problematic, right? But we can also solve this, and that is through nudges. You can use nudges to solve this problem. Right? We know that people use shortcuts, and let's use the shortcuts that people use to nudge them better. Okay, so we have this COVID situation, and if you tell people that, okay, maintain a distance of 2 meters, and then ask them to sit with spaced out on 2 meters apart, and people do not normally respond to it. But when you put an X mark on the seat, but still people, if they are just ignoring this information, they'll still will not maintain the distance. But here, in this case, the X mark will tell you, okay, I think I should not sit here, but I'll make space for other people. Yeah. So what you're supposed to do is that in this kind of nudging, what the behavioral economists do is they use the heuristics that are applied by people to make decisions and then turn that beneficial for them as well as for the society. Okay. So there are a few examples. There are famous examples here, right? And you normally see this. In your nudging literature, right? So in the University of in Amsterdam airport, it's called Schiphol Airport, and what they did is like they installed a small fly. It's a sticker, the fly sticker in the urinal, and the urinal spillage got reduced by 80%. And also when I went to Paris, and in Paris you have a small desk, and if you want to charge your phone while you're traveling, and you can charge, but to charge your phone, you're supposed to cycle. Right? It is a simple way to nudge you to exercise while you're traveling. And similarly, you can see who's the best player in the world, and you have Ronaldo and then Messi, and you can see a lot of cigarette butts, because people normally throw cigarette butts on the road and they don't really care for it. But by installing this information or kind of small nudge, and people will put these butts into the right place and avoids sort of garbage issues. But not all the nudges are really good, right? This nudge especially is not good. And the reason being, for example, this will promote more smoking, right? You try to reduce the garbage issues or the problem of cleanliness, but this led to another problem. Okay, so you need to be very careful when you're trying to apply these nudges. Okay, so let's have a look of this nudging and choice architecture. Okay. So the one important tool that is still discussed in the field of behavioral economics is defaults. And in countries like Denmark, Netherlands, United Kingdom, or Germany, and whenever you're trying to apply for a license, especially a driving license, and you can basically go and say whether you want to donate your organ to people who are requesting for organ. You can provide a consent over it. And similarly, in Austria, Belgium, France, and other countries that are listed here, and you can also say the same. But you can see the countries in the blue bars like Austria, Belgium have higher organ donation rate. It's because of one simple change that they made in the application form. In the application form, you can basically say whether you want to opt out of this, because you are automatically enrolled to organ donation. But if you don't want to donate, you can uncheck the box. Okay. But in case of United Kingdom, Germany, and what happens is that you need to explicitly say that whether you want to donate organs. Okay. And when you say that you explicitly want to donate organs, and you make an active decision here, and you will think that, okay, I should not donate organs. Okay. If you automatically enroll people into retirement plans, if you automatically enroll people into insurance plans, and people will definitely take those plans without any kind of hesitation, because they are not making an active choice. But when you're asking them to make an active choice for these kind of decisions, especially coming to organ donation and retirement plans, and people will not normally make the right one. Right? Because when you make certain things default, right, so you kind of selected by default, and what will happen is that you'll basically reduce people's decision fatigue, and you are conveying that you are doing the best for them, right, and you are doing the good for them. But it will not be the same case all the time. We have some sort of other concerns with defaults, but defaults are really powerful. Yeah. And there are quite a lot of information that is presented to people when they want to make choices. Right? For example, say if people are here from the hotel management college, and you will definitely know that there are quite a lot of nutrition information presented to people when they want to buy products. Right? If you just say, okay, read this nutrition product and then buy which is good for you, and people will not normally buy it. Buy the best one for them, and still buy sugary products, still buy some sweet products, but not the salads or something that is really healthy. Okay, so instead, if you simplify the information into a small card like Nutri-Score, yeah. So A is good for you, green is good for you, and E is bad, like the red is bad for you. And by just using this simple simplification mechanism, and this will promote healthier choices, right? Because you will come to know, okay, so if I see a product which is A, and okay, that is healthy, let me buy that one. Okay. But still, this is questionable. I'm also working on a project that talks about Nutri-Score and whether it is able to at least help people in achieving their dietary goal, like in a personal goal or not. Okay, so that's a different thing. Maybe we can talk about that later on. And we have social norms. Right? We are always swayed by other people. Like we saw how other people can influence our decision, right? How the other groups can influence our decision. You can also use those information to facilitate decision making. Okay, so this is a famous classical study that was done by Hunt Alcott, and what he did is that in order to reduce electricity consumption among people in the vicinity, he basically said that, okay, your consumption is 939 kilowatt, and all the other neighbors, who are not actually carrying who are not really carrying much, they are, it's like everyone living near to you are basically, or also their consumption is like 1,100. But those who are efficient ones, right? So there are people who are conserving more energy. They just use 488 kilowatts. Okay, now what happens is now you will just look at these comparisons and you want to compete with your efficient neighbors. Okay? You might reduce your electricity consumption. Yeah, and also there will be extra information saying that whether you're doing good or bad. Okay, so if you're doing great, then you will be a part of this efficient neighbor group. But if you are really just doing good, and then you will hear. Right? There are two things here. One is called as descriptive norm, and then injunctive norm. So the one that is present here is called as descriptive norm, that generally talks about how other people are behaving, and the injunctive norm talks about what kind of behavior is expected from you. So while presenting these two information together, and we can make people to reduce electricity usage. Yeah. And also you can use ease and convenience, right? So people are here from different colleges, and also, but you all know about buffet system, right? And when you are trying to get into the buffet, and if you want to reduce people taking more meat product, and also want to promote healthy dining, and if you just change the order of presentation of the food, if you present all these salads and other things in front, right, and then you give them a plate, and people will fill all these vegetables into their plate, then they'll not have enough space to get the meat. And this change in order of information will have an influence on your decision, right? So, but this also studied in another way around. For example, say when people came to know that, okay, so this product, like, they can get meat at the end of the aisle, and what they thought is that, okay, so after they realize it, and then they will get back to their old behavior. Okay, so this is also one kind of nudging, but it does not really work all the time. Okay. And also you can disclose certain information, right? So some of the information are really hidden. Okay, when you're trying to buy credit card, or when you're trying to get a loan from the bank, and what they do is, like, they normally hide these information from you. Okay? The hidden cost of getting the loan, or hidden cost of buying a policy, or the environmental cost, right? So when you're trying to buy a low cost washing machine or something, and you will definitely not know what's going to cost people in the future, right? So these things will definitely affect decision making. So if you completely disclose this information, like what we did in the car case, right? We said, okay, so over the 10, if you use it for 10 years, and if the pricing is going to be like 100 rupees for the petrol, and you'll be spending more money when you buy car A, but when you buy car B, and you will be spending less money, right? So you just disclose the information clearly to them. Right? That also happens with mutual funds, right? And the next is you can give them some warning. Yeah. So for example, you can say, okay, so this family member were died in an accident on these specific dates. Okay, you are validating this information. And when you say that, and then people think, okay, so if I speed my car, then there might be some sort of fatality. So I need to be very careful here. Or if you want to reduce bike theft, if you want to encourage people to use locks when they are using bicycles, and this is common in Germany or common in other countries, right? So to use bikes, and with some people do not lock it properly, and this sort of information, like providing these warnings, will help people to do things. And also you can see smoking kills is normally applied on this sticker is applied on the cigarette box to reduce smoking, but people still smoke, right? So you can also understand that the warnings are helpful, but it's not always beneficial. They might sometimes trigger the other behavior, right? Just by looking at this information again and again, and you'll get used to this information, and you will not change your behavior. Okay? But still, this is one good way to motivate. Okay. Or you can pre-commit yourself. Now, one way to nudge yourself. Now, if you want to change your behavior, if you want to change yourself to, now, if you want to accomplish more tasks, imagine you have an assignment to complete, and if you want to achieve that, you can pre-commit yourself. Okay, you can say, you can inform your friends about your goals. Okay, so that's why we have Instagram, we have Facebook and other things where you can go and post your goal. And because you said that information to your friends, and then you are committing yourself to the work. When you're committing yourself to the work, and you will just take it up, you will definitely get some sort of backlashes from your friends, right? Somebody might be criticizing you, or somebody might be like, making fun of you, but that's not the entire thing, right? So when you commit yourself to certain work, and then you will try to engage with that, and then complete it. Yeah. And also you can sign up for the retirement plan at the early stage of your career, so that you don't have to really worry about what you're going to get in the future. Or you can also set a reminder for yourself, right? So one study that was done by Milkman said, when you just send reminder to people for vaccination shots, and people do not really show up much, but when you are giving the same slots or the time planner with appropriate date, an appropriate month, and then the time, and if you ask the same respondent, like the participant or the person who's going to get the vaccine shot, fill these information, and people better remember this information, then they will show up again for the vaccination. So which is required for the present COVID world. Yeah. And then you have this implementation of intention information, right? So there are two things here. So one thing is like, you can ask them, like, are you not voting today? If you just ask some questions, kind of rhetorical questions to them, and people will think, oh, okay, I think I should vote today. Right? Are you planning to vaccinate your child? Now, if you ask this to a young father, right, then he'll think, okay, I think I should vaccinate my child. Right? So the one that are highlighted here in blue are intentions, but the other one is called as informing consequences. Okay? And if you're trying to inform consequences, right? So if you say, okay, so if you're consuming more calories, you'll get more weight, you gain more weight, and because you're gaining more weight, and that will lead to heart attack or something. So if you say that, and people will change their behavior. Okay. And also you can see how much you spent on your restaurant bills. Now, dining outside is very uncommon in India, but now we are spending more on the restaurants. If you just take if the bank sends you an information saying that, okay, so last month you spent 2,000 rupees for dining out, then you'll think, oh, okay, so I spent quite a lot of money to buy things. Yeah. Then you will think, okay, I think I should reduce my spending or dining outside. Okay. So I'm also interested in some of the studies. Now I conducted one study in India, which is quite similar to the ones that we saw already. Right? So this is the choice architecture technique, right? we can present the same information in different ways. So mileage is, we use the mileage to convert the fuel cost, and they are all similar, right? So if you just look at the information presented here, they're all similar in the sense it might have a different dimension, but it is the same metric presented in different formats. So mileage is given 23 kilometer per liter, but if you multiply that with the number of years that with the kilometers that you're traveling, and then with the fuel charge, and you get this fuel cost. Okay, but presenting this information, extra information like total cost per 10 years, and that changes your decision, right? So this is what we used for a washing machine buying context. Okay, so in one condition, we told you are going to buy a washing machine, and we say that you will incur cost of like 1,755 rupees, and we said here you will save 9,000 liters of water. Okay, and then the other case we said, okay, so if you're saving this much of water, so instead of giving this annually saved water information, we said people that, okay, 9 people will get drinking water. Yeah, right. And then what we saw here is that when we present this information, people generally tend to buy more eco-friendly washing machines, or the washing machine that will save water more when you just present the annually saved water, right? If you just say you will save more water, and that is actually beneficial, right? So people generally buy more eco-friendly washing machine, but that tendency that gets reduced here. But when you say when your people are saved, when people are saved more, and then the probability of selecting the washing machine increases when you present the same information with the number of humans saved. Okay, so what should we do is that when you try to buy washing machines, right? So you normally see the price and the other brand and other information, but you don't normally see the other extra information like annual water cost, or annually saved water, or number of people benefited. So if you present these two information together, and you can see the people will select more eco-friendly or sustainable washing machines. And we are still researching this area, and we are yet to get a kind of clear-cut information out of this. So once we get it, and then we can discuss it again. Okay. And there are a couple of questions posted in the chat box. I'll just address that one. Right? So is that really necessary to pay 1,25,000 for 3 kilometer mileage? Okay. So what I did here is an arbitrary decision, like it's a kind of artificial information. Right? If you clearly look at how people make decisions, right, for when they want to buy a car, even if you have a wonderful mileage car, but if you do not drive it for 15,000 kilometers in a year, and that is not beneficial for you. If you look at, you can look at the statistics. Okay, so definitely a 3 kilometer mileage will make huge difference in terms of how much money that you're paying for your fuel, right? And more the fuel you consume, and it is going to cost the environment, right? So more fossil fuels taken out, and more carbon emissions coming up, and that's a problem, right? A small change in your behavior, right? So just buying a car that has more mileage will definitely make a lot of difference on the environment as well as on your pocket. Yeah, but we don't realize that. Okay, and also there is one more question that was posted earlier. I'll just look into that. Yeah, so the same question was posted by NK Jaswant. I answered that one, and then I think he also asked, like, why don't we do system 2 very fastly? That's our mind, right? So we don't normally take some of the decisions quickly. We just make based on our own things. Complex decision involves more time. Okay. So now I am open to any other questions, if you have. Okay. Okay, so
Dear
I think
participants, you can click on the raise hand button, which is there below, such that our technical partner will unmute your mic and you can ask your questions.
okay, there's one question from Shikta Singh, right? So when government comes up with their own virtual currency, do you think the other virtual currency market like tons and rest will be affected due to imposition by government? Definitely, right? So you can see Bitcoin is getting more market value, even though it is not approved by government. But imagine if government approves it and it will skyrocket like anything. But there are also concerns related to how these cryptocurrencies are costing the environment. Okay, so there are alternative currencies like Pi, or there are also alternative currencies like Bitcoin, and they're all environmentally safe. Okay, so it depends upon how how you change. If the government changes its policy, and then definitely there will be a demand for these products. And there's one more question: what is choice architecture psychology? And that is what we presented today. Right? So we change the way that the choice is presented, or we add some extra information to the choice, and that will change the way that people make decisions, right? And we want predominantly people to take good decisions or perform optimally, and they should do good, right? So they should stay healthy and hale. Yeah. So any other questions? Perfect. I think we are done for the day, and over to the organizers.
Thank you, sir. Really, that session was very interesting, very informative. We have learned many things, sir. Thank you so much. With this, I would like to hand over the session to Assistant Professor Hurmatunnisa, HOD, Department of Management. Over to you, madam.
Thank you, madam. Thank you, sir, for enlightening and sharing your valuable information. Good morning, one and all present here. I'm Hurmatunnisa, HOD, Department of Management. Now I'd like to call upon Dr. Mahesh to review on seminar. Over to you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Wow, wow, wow. What a session. Really, it's a mind-blowing session, sir. I enjoyed a lot your session. It's a great opportunity and immense pleasure to review keynote speaker address. I thank you, sir, on behalf of Sambhram College and all the participants for your excellent presentation, sir. The entire session was informative. You have huge knowledge in the area of marketing management, consumer behavior, consumer psychology, consumer choice, taste, preference, and many more aspects in the marketing management. You have given valuable inputs to all the participants. Everyone enjoyed your presentation from starting to ending, sir. You have grabbed everyone's attention. It was like a feast to all the participants. So you have covered the various aspects like decision making. It was like decision making, simple versus complex choice, information overload, market sentiments, influencing factors on purchasing, two ways of thinking like system 1, system 2, goal-oriented behavior, habitual behavior, use of nudges, nudging tools, pre-commitment strategies, implementation, intentions, and informing consequences, sir. So it's the key, it's a major important role of the every market researcher to know about the consumer behavior, because every day, every minute, the choices, the taste, the preferences, the habits are changing as per the scenario. So as per your example, even I want to conclude to share, like even when you compared about Apple, one is like organic, one is inorganic. In Bangalore and Chennai, there is a farm called Akshaya Milk. So they are selling the organic milk for 80 to 90 rupees, sir, where the general market price is 60 to 70. So they used to promote like we are promoting, like we are providing like organic milk, like that. Even recently, Reddy's Lab, they introduced one product called Reddy's Rebalance. The drink where it was coming for less than 35% of sugar. When you told about the vitamins and what are the ingredients, in that case, so the people are sometimes they are habituating, and even they're changing the taste and preferences according to the ads, advertisements, and their taste preferences. It was changing, sir. Really, it's a mind-blowing session. Everyone enjoyed a lot, sir. Even the participants, even single participant not left from starting to ending, sir. It means that you made every participant a very attentive, sir. Thank you a lot, sir. Thank you so much for giving this opportunity. Over to you, Hurmat ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Dear participants, kindly fill the feedback form sent in chat box as well as in WhatsApp group. E-certificate will be provided through email within 10 to 15 days. And now I would like to call upon Professor Monica, HOD, Department of Master of Commerce, to propose word of thanks. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Hurmat madam. It is a great honor and privilege to propose vote of thanks on this great seminar organized. First and foremost, thanks to our today's keynote speaker, Professor Balachandra Kalepan sir from Department of Marketing, TM University, Germany, who took our invitation and gave time to grace this occasion by presenting us a wonderful seminar on the topic choice, architecture, and nudging. Really, that was a very interesting structure, sir. Really, I learned many things. System 1 and System 2, really, it was a very informative session. Thank you so much, sir. And we are grateful to our Chief Patron, Dr. V. Nagaraj, the Chairman of Sambhram of Institutions, for his continuous support. Thank you so much, sir. And we are thankful to our Ashwini Shankar ma'am, the syndicate member from Bangalore North University, for your motivational speech and being a part of this seminar, madam. Thank you so much. And heartfelt thanks to our seminar director, Dr. M. Kahneman, the principal of Sambhram College of Hotel Management, for his remarkable support in making this organization, in making this event a very successful seminar. So he's leader behind this national seminar. Thank you so much, sir. And thanks to all the contributors of this seminar, the HODs, faculties, and media students. Last but not the least, thanks to all the participants who have joined here from different parts of the world, the principals, associate professors, assistant professors, lecturers, students, research scholars. So you all gave your time to enrich your knowledge and being a part of this international seminar. Thank you, one and all. Once again, on behalf of Sambhram, I'm pleased to offer you all my gratitude and heartfelt thanks for being a part of our international seminar. Thank you.
Yeah, I should also extend my thanks to the entire team, and also to Sambhram College, and also to the chairman and the HODs of different departments, and also to different participants for doing the seminar. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to present my ideas and opinions.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Monica, ma'am. Dear participants, kindly fill the feedback form which has been sent in the chat box as well as in the WhatsApp group. E-certificate will be sent to your email within 10 to 15 days. Please cooperate. It's always important something has reached its end, but it's clear that the end of one chapter says that the new chapter is going to begin, where we are going to see you all the next event. Thank you one and all for joining the seminar and making great success. Once again, thank you all. Stay home, stay safe.
See you guys. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.
Welcome Sambhram Group of Institution. Sambhram Group of Institution, which is similar to world-class university, which has 7 campuses and 300 skilled faculties.
Our college campus has a clean and green environment.
Well-equipped laboratories and well-furnished classrooms are there for students.
Our college is featured with women's safety committees.
We take our students in each semester to different industries and companies.
We are molding the students through the disciplinary committee. The disciplinary committee is all about punctuality, uniform, proper grooming and communication.
We are providing various management and technological courses like BBA, BHM, BCom, BCA, BSc Computer Science and PG courses like MCom.
I'm Sophia from final year BBA department. Our college is well equipped to support and facilitate teaching, learning, research programs of institute with lots of reference book for all the stream of classes.
We are signing various international MOU in terms of staff faculty exchange program, seminar and research.
Today I have come here to tell you how Sambhram College brings the genuine company to the campus for the campus recruitment.
Our college provides 100% job guarantee for our career.
Our college organizes workshops in each semester for the students on the different concepts.
Here, students are provided with guest lecturing every semester.
In our college, we are conducting department-wide seminar, workshop and international conference, which help the students to get wide vision about various fields.
The college is affiliated to Bangalore North University, recognized by AICTE and NAC accredited. It is also associated with PATA.
Thank you all. Sambhram is known for major 3 factors: state-of-the-art infrastructure, incubating ideas and research, and international education. Studying at the right institution may be a dream for everyone. I hope Sambhram can be the right place where you can fulfill all your dreams.
Wie werden wir in Zukunft leben? Wie werden wir wohnen, wie arbeiten und wie uns fortbewegen? Wie sorgen wir dafür, dass uns der Treibstoff nicht ausgeht? Wie werden Roboter aussehen und wie kommunizieren wir mit ihnen? Werden wir mit neuen Verkehrsmitteln verreisen? Mit umweltschonenden Technologien und schneller als je zuvor? Wie stellen wir medizinische Diagnosen auf? Welche Operationsmethoden nutzen wir? Und mit welchen Mitteln behandeln wir schwere Krankheiten wie Krebs? Voller Leidenschaft für die größten Herausforderungen unserer Gesellschaft sind wir eine der erfolgreichsten Universitäten der Welt. Gekürt als beste TU Deutschlands fördern wir wagemutige Ideen, aber auch unternehmerisches Gespür. Exzellent in Lehre und Forschung, interdisziplinär über Fächergrenzen hinweg, international auf höchstem Niveau, heimatverbunden und offen für Neues. Führen wir in internationalen Universitätsrankings. Wir forschen und studieren in Lebenswissenschaften, genau wie in Lebenskunst. Wir sind eine große Familie aus Preisträgern, Alumni, Studenten und Forscherinnen. Und wir sind auch ein großes Unternehmen, das wirtschaftlich handelt. Mit hohem Anspruch und ehrgeizigen Zielen stellen wir uns dem internationalen Wettbewerb und lernen dabei Menschen aus aller Welt kennen. Wer die Welt im Großen verändern will, der muss sie auch im Kleinsten begreifen, mit all ihren Formen und Farben, Elementen und Lebensbereichen. Eine Aufgabe, die uns jeden Tag aufs Neue zu Höchstleistungen antreibt, der wir alle verpflichtet sind. Denn seit 150 Jahren erfüllen wir einen wichtigen Auftrag, der Wirtschaft den zündenden Funken der Wissenschaft zu bringen. Und das tun wir auch heute noch. Mit unserer Neugier, unserem Mut, unserer Fantasie und unserem leidenschaftlichen Siegeswillen haben wir die Macht, die Welt und das Leben von uns allen immer besser zu machen. Wir sind die TUM.